In case you haven't noticed, the gun situation in America is pretty messed up. Here's why. If you take all guns, there are more than 300 million of them. That's a gun for every man, woman and child in the United States. In 1996, after the Port Arthur massacre, the Australian government decided simply to buy all the semi-automatic weapons back. We could do so because there were only a few thousand of them in circulation. The make of rifle that was used in the Orlando shooting, the AR-15, there are 3 million of them. So an Australian-style gun buyback, it's probably not going to happen. A lot of Americans support basic gun control measures, but they're opposed by a very vocal and powerful and well-organised minority of gun owners and, most importantly, people who sell guns. Represented by the National Rifle Association, the gun lobby is routinely recognised as one of the most powerful in American politics. On one side of politics in particular, the Republican Party, legislators are absolutely terrified of going against the NRA because the NRA keeps scores on how gun-friendly legislators are. If they don't get a perfect score, there's an excellent chance you get booted out of your seat in favour of someone who will carry out the NRA's agenda. The President of the United States, despite being the most powerful person on earth, is actually surprisingly powerless when it comes to dealing with their own government. The President is not part of the legislature. The President is elected separately. The President has to negotiate with the legislature. And so if legislators are completely scared of losing their own seats, they're not going to want to cooperate with the President. This is why Barack Obama has been seemingly helpless to do anything about gun reform. Can America fix this mess? A lot of people think that it can't because of the Second Amendment, but it's only been since 2009 that the Second Amendment was even interpreted as the right to individual firearm ownership. Currently, something like 89% of Americans support expanded background checks that might actually be able to intercept the kind of people who have been carrying out these mass shootings in the heartland of America. So there is room for political reform. But in order to do it, politicians are going to have to find some courage, maybe even some Dutch courage.